Welcome to our deep dive into TikTok Shop. TikTok is everywhere these days, right? And where TikTok goes, money follows. Enter TikTok Shop. You know, that little shopping cart icon that's always popping up on your For You page? It's a non-stop parade of insane deals. I'm talking $3 makeup palettes, $10 AirPods, those miracle hair gadgets everyone and their mom seems to be hawking. It's almost too good to be true, right? Well, that's because sometimes it is. Today, we're diving deep into the dark side of TikTok Shop. We're talking straight-up scams, shady sellers, and enough red flags to make a bullfighter nervous. Because while there might be some legit deals hiding in there, what we found will make you think twice before you hit that Buy Now button. We talked to shoppers who got burned, experts who are sounding the alarm, and we did some serious digging of our own. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. Okay, let's kick things off with the stuff that's probably clogging up your FYP right now. Those too good to be true viral products. You've seen the ads: Dyson Airwrap dupe for $20. Magic foundation that covers anything. It's enough to make you want to throw your wallet at the screen. But here's the catch: a lot of this stuff is straight up garbage. Cheap knockoffs made with even cheaper materials, designed to break after a week. Remember, you get what you pay for. That $20 Dyson dupe is probably gonna sound like a dying cat and spit out more hot air than a politician. And don't even get me started on the editing tricks. Some of these sellers are straight up wizards with video editing software. They can make a product look 10 times sleeker, smoother, and more effective than it actually is in real life. We're talking side-by-side comparisons where the TikTok ad looks like a Hollywood production, and the actual product you receive looks like it was fished out of a dumpster. Seriously, the difference is mind-blowing. We're going to be showing you some examples throughout this video, so keep an eye out. Because once you see how easily these sellers can manipulate the truth, you'll never look at a TikTok Shop ad the same way again. And it's not just about bad quality, people. It's about safety too. We're talking about makeup with questionable ingredients that could leave your skin looking like a pepperoni pizza. We're talking about electronics that could literally catch fire because they're not properly made. Look, I'm all for a good deal. But when it comes to your hard-earned cash and your safety, it's just not worth the risk. Do your research, check out reviews from multiple sources, and don't believe everything you see in a flashy TikTok ad, because that miracle product might just turn out to be a big, fat, viral lie. Alright, so we've established that a lot of the products on TikTok Shop are about as trustworthy as a politician's promise. But it gets worse, guys. Because unlike legit online marketplaces like Amazon, and even then, TikTok Shop has practically zero quality control when it comes to their sellers. I'm talking about a complete free-for-all, where anyone with a smartphone and a prayer can set up shop and start slinging products. And believe me, people are getting burned. We're talking about horror stories of people receiving used products, damaged goods, items that look nothing like the pictures, and even completely wrong orders. And if you think you can just return that junk and get your money back, think again. We dove deep into the Better Business Bureau website, and let me tell you, it's a graveyard of complaints about TikTok Shop. People are getting ghosted by sellers, ignored, and straight up scammed. We even found tons of TikTok rants from frustrated customers who got screwed over by shady sellers. It's heartbreaking, man. People are losing their hard-earned money on products that are either garbage or never even arrive. And the worst part? TikTok doesn't seem to be doing much about it. They've got this hands-off approach to regulating their marketplace, which basically means buyers are on their own if something goes wrong. It's like the Wild West out there, folks. Except instead of cowboys and saloons, it's influencers and cheap knockoffs. And just like the Wild West, it's a risky place to be a consumer. So before you hit that Buy Now button, ask yourself, is it really worth risking your money and your sanity on a platform that clearly doesn't have your back? Okay, so you ignored all the red flags, threw caution to the wind, and bought that miracle wrinkle cream or those designer sunglasses from TikTok Shop. But when it arrives, it's a disaster. The cream smells like old cheese and the sunglasses are crooked. No worries, right? You'll just return it and get your money back. Wrong. Welcome to the nightmare that is TikTok Shop's return policy. Or should I say lack thereof, because here's the thing. A lot of these sellers are based overseas, mainly in China. And getting a refund from them can be harder than finding a decent apartment in New York City. First of all, many sellers will straight up ignore your refund requests. You'll be sending emails into the void, hoping for a response that never comes. And if you do manage to get in touch with someone, get ready for round 2, the impossible return shipping costs. They'll hit you with exorbitant shipping fees to send the product back to China, which often ends up costing more than the actual product itself. It's a lose-lose situation. And even if you're willing to eat the cost of return shipping, some sellers will pull a classic scam tactic: store credit. Instead of giving you your money back, they'll offer you store credit to use on their TikTok Shop, which, let's be honest, is basically useless if you've already been burned once. It's all part of the game, folks. These shady sellers know that most people won't bother jumping through all those hoops to get a refund, so they make it as difficult and expensive as possible, hoping you'll just give up and they get to keep your money. So what's the lesson here? Read the fine print, people. Actually, scratch that. Hunt down the return policy before you even think about entering your credit card information. Because if you don't, you might just be stuck with a bunch of useless junk and a lighter wallet. Let's talk about reviews for a second. You know, those little 5-star ratings and glowing testimonials that are supposed to give you warm fuzzies and convince you to buy? Well, on TikTok Shop, those reviews might be just as fake as the products themselves. We're not even exaggerating here. There are thousands upon thousands of fake reviews plaguing TikTok Shop. We're talking about paid reviews, where sellers pay people to leave positive feedback. We're talking about bot accounts, which are automated accounts that flood the comments section with generic praise. And the worst part? Some sellers have figured out how to game the system and delete negative reviews altogether. They'll offer unhappy customers a secret refund in exchange for removing their bad review. It's like it never even happened. This means that those 4.8-star ratings you're seeing might be completely meaningless. Because for every real positive review, there could be dozens of negative ones that have been buried or deleted. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, except the haystack is on fire, and the needle is a lie. It's enough to make you want to swear off online shopping forever. But don't worry, there are ways to spot fake reviews. Look for generic comments that could apply to any product, check the reviewer's profile for other suspicious activity, and trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Because in the Wild West of TikTok Shop, you can't even trust a 5-star review. Okay, we've talked about fake products, shady sellers, and impossible return policies, but what about the big picture? What about the company behind TikTok Shop? Well, buckle up because it's about to get even shadier. TikTok's parent company is ByteDance, a Chinese tech giant. And there have been growing concerns about ByteDance's ties to the Chinese government and the potential risks to your privacy. We're not talking about conspiracy theories here, folks. This is serious stuff. Experts are warning that TikTok Shop could be collecting vast amounts of data on your shopping habits, your personal information, and even your location. And with ByteDance's connections to the Chinese government, there are concerns that this data could be accessed and used in ways you might not be comfortable with. Remember when TikTok got banned on government devices over spying fears? Yeah, this is basically the shopping version of that. It's enough to make you want to wrap your phone in tinfoil. Look, I'm not saying you should never buy anything from TikTok Shop, but you need to be aware of the risks. Be cautious about the information you share, use a secure payment method, and maybe think twice before you buy that personalized dog sweater. Because in the digital age, your data is currency. And on TikTok Shop, you might be paying a higher price than you realize. So there you have it, the shocking truth about TikTok Shop. Is it a scam? Well, it's complicated. There are definitely some legit sellers and great deals to be found. But the platform is also overrun with shady practices, questionable products, and potential privacy risks. The final verdict? Buyer beware. The risks might outweigh the savings. If you absolutely must scratch that TikTok Shop itch, stick to verified sellers, read the reviews carefully, and for the love of all that is holy, use PayPal or another secure payment method that offers buyer protection. Because in the Wild West of TikTok Shop, you're your own sheriff. Want us to expose another too good to be true trend? Hit us up in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next scam-busting expose. Stay safe out there, internet fam.